Bullrun is back and Memecoin season has now officially started. In today's video or today's live stream, we'll be talking about what we could be expecting in the market and a quick overall update on the market of how we're looking, right? It looks like we are pushing more towards that bullish narrative as we have been talking about these last couple days. It looks like Bitcoin has now approached 45,429. Markets are going quite crazy, but honestly, it seems like not that many people have really been reacting too well to it. It's like, I feel like more people are more bearish right now when we're getting the bullish case scenario, right? It looks like everything's aligning up to our favor, but yet people are still being in denial, right? Which I don't blame. We've been in the zone where people were very bullish at these zones right here. We're super bearish right here. And now that we're seeing this momentum to the upside, people are being very cautious and don't believe that this is a real rally, right? A lot of people are pushing towards this being a fake rally. How's it going? Happy, hope you're having a wonderful day today. So that's what we're going to be talking about today in the markets. So go ahead and do me a huge favor by smashing that like button, and yeah, let's go ahead and start shilling this with the community. Let's go ahead and see what we have in the charts for today. I haven't really looked into the market too much. I have been seeing how AMC and GME have been performing, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, they have not been performing too well, but I do believe that should be changing by the end of this week, right? So this reversal should be coming, in my opinion, very soon, and that's actually what we're going to be looking at today as well with all these tokens, right? Are we in this zone of reversal? What's going to be going on moving forward? And what we could be expecting as well, right? So that's what we're going to be looking at today. So in the meanwhile, let me go ahead and start sharing this with the community, and yeah, let's go ahead and get that up and running. Let's get this party started. Hey, Dab Master, how's it going, man? Thank you very much for the NFTs you gave out to the community as of yesterday. Really appreciate you, bro. Hope you're having a good one. And by the way, how's the weather out there in Oregon, man? We are live. Awesome. So we got that up and running. We got the Discord up and running. So we got that. Now let me go ahead and head over to Twitter, and then let me go ahead and chill it on Twitter next, and then we're gonna go ahead and look into the market and see what's going on there. What's going on with this Pixis network? Interesting to say the least. Shout out to Ryan, by the way, man. It looks like Ryan is finally had his surgery, so congratulations on Ryan. Hope everything's good, bro, and hope we can go ahead and see you. I do see that right here, so hope you get better. We are live. All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Shad says, can you please check Mina? Can you go ahead and provide the smart contract, Shahid, please? Or unless this is like on a, if it's on a, what is it called? Like on a trading platform like MEXC or Bitstamp or whatever the case is, just provide the ticker symbol, please. But just let me know what platform we are looking at Mina from, right? So let me go ahead and pull out my mobile device right here so I could go ahead and check out the stream and read all the comments a lot easier. So I guess I got to reset that phone. Let me get on my second phone. I apologize for this. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get this up and running. Let's see where things are at right now. It looks like people are just don't believe in this rally, right? I feel like people just got hammered and really are just not excited with the market. In my opinion, I think this is like the most bullish we've been in the last couple days, and it just seems like people are quite the opposite, right? As usual, people are always going to be doing the opposite. I know a lot of people are more bearish and bullish right now, and I'm actually quite the opposite. And I believe we're going to continue to pump up higher. I see Bitcoin approaching $55,000 to $57,000, but people say otherwise, right? So it could happen, man. Maybe this is the dump, right? Maybe this is a massive fake out and we get wrecked, right? And that would probably be one of the first times I'm wrong. So far, I've been pretty correct. James, Ola, how's it going, Ola? Dab Master, I appreciate you guys too. It's cold but sunny. Nice, man. Nice. It's kind of like that too. I feel like there's going to be a big storm coming into the next coming days here in the U.S., especially you know, from LA all the way down to like Oregon and Washington. I think there's going to be a pretty big storm, but it kind of feels very chilly. It was like very warm and then just really like windy. I just got back from a walk, so that's really good. It started my day pretty good, you know. Even though I slept pretty late, I feel pretty energized, right? I feel pretty freaking good. And talking about feeling pretty energized, I'm actually going to load up on some freaking W right now, man. I just like being freaking on caffeine, right? So let's go ahead and get the stream started. Hopefully we can go ahead and get more faces back in here. It's on Binance. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at. We're gonna take a look at Mina after I take a look at Bitcoin. Shahid, I think I pronounced your name correctly, Shahid. And that's the only reason why. And I apologize if I mispronounced your name. But the only reason why I'm doing that is because a lot of people watch these streams pre-recorded and a lot of people are running on time. So they typically want to go ahead and know quickly about the news. So after we talk about Bitcoin, I will go ahead and do some technical analysis on Mina with no problem, right? So give me about 2 minutes while we quickly look at the charts with Bitcoin and get an over sentiment of how the market's doing. And the reason why this is very helpful as well, because usually these last couple days, these altcoins have been following Bitcoin, right? So we're going to go ahead and look at the charts together and see if anything has changed ever since, right? So currently right now, it looks like we are still following this inverse head and shoulders pattern. People are screaming for a bearish case scenario. People are more bearish than bullish. I've been like literally watching other influencers, other people in the space. I've even been seeing a lot of you talking about shorting this top, right? So it looks like more people are more bearish than bullish. I'm actually more bullish, and I'm actually screaming for $55,000 to $57,000 Bitcoin. But to be honest, we are in this very undecisive range right now, right? Looking at Bitcoin right now, we do see we have approached at 45,377, and as long as we do go ahead and have this new area of support being found around the 44,000, let's just call it 400, we should be good to go, right? So a lot of people are screaming for this to go ahead and dump and collapse. I think there's going to be another massive short squeeze pushing the price action up to the upside, and we could be seeing that $48,000 that a lot of people are screaming for it to be the top, right? A lot of people are saying that the top for Bitcoin is going to be within this range right here, right? So I say otherwise. I think it's going to push up to the upside, and then we're going to have a squeeze to the upside, 55, 57, and then we're going to dump down to 40 grand. That's what I believe is going to happen with Bitcoin. But a lot more people are bearish right now. But looking at the daily is looking pretty good so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 4 hourly right now. Looking at the 4 hourlies, honestly, also looking very, very beautiful. We are seeing that on the RSI. We currently are a little bit oversold. So we're going to go ahead and probably see Bitcoin cool down in the next couple hours, probably consolidate a little bit before retesting back at the $46,000 range, which is a really strong area of resistance, right? So we did actually break out through this square right here that we talked about, this kind of volatility coming in because of a lot of shorts getting liquidated, and that's exactly what we saw right here with Bitcoin, right? We saw a massive push to the upside because a lot of shorts got liquidated within that range, and that's the reason why I've been really, really bullish, right? I've been really bullish on Bitcoin since these zones right here. I take that back. I was bearish on Bitcoin right here, but as soon as we held this area of support, this is where I went ahead and I stood on my feet with a more bullish scenario, and that's what we're seeing right now, right? So even though we're pumping like crazy, people are just not reacting to the market overall the same way. We're seeing altcoins, you know, still kind of being 50-50. I believe we're entering some sort of altcoin season, so that's what I actually want to go ahead and show you today as well. So you definitely do not want to go ahead and miss out on today's stream, especially if you're watching this pre-recorded. But we will be talking about, and I'm going to be showing you a chart of what we're looking at, a possibility of altcoin season being around the corner, right? So regardless of the fact of what the market's doing, I think we just have to go ahead and wait and be patient. Unfortunately, I hope that, you know, by the end of this week we get a response of where Bitcoin's going. I think it's really boring when we see Bitcoin, a lot of these altcoins follow Bitcoin when they're not doing freaking nothing, dude. They're just literally just taking their sweet time to make a move, right? And this could be a 1 week, it could be 2 weeks, and I feel like, in my opinion, Bitcoin has already took a pretty long time since the 27th. It has been consolidating in this range until February, right? So almost a whole week of consolidation, and now we see that massive breakout, right, to the upside, and people are still bearish, right? So people are still screaming for, this is the top, this is the top. I could be wrong. Maybe this is the top, right? Maybe $46,000 is the top, where instead of reaching these highs, we come down to these areas, retest them, and then we have a massive fake out, right? Which could be a massive liquidity grab to the downside, which is possible. I'm not denying that. that. But I'm just saying, like, every sign is on our favor. I don't know why people are bearish, but people are going to be bearish because people are going to be people, right? So with that being said, looking at the fear and greed chart, we do see right here, we refreshed that. We are currently at the 66 level of greed, which is definitely indicating there's a lot of bullish interest into the market. And it's definitely, once we start, you know, reaching that extreme greed like we reached last month, that's when we're going to have to be a little bit more fearful. But right now, it's definitely giving us an indicator that the market's feeling a little bit more confident, right? So we're going to go ahead and see how the next update goes on in the next couple hours, which you will be able to see that together on our next live stream later on today, right? With that being said, I also wanted to go ahead and show you what was I going to go ahead and show you? So yeah, that's pretty much it with Bitcoin. Let me go ahead and look at Mina now, and then we're going to go ahead and look at these other altcoins and see what we could be expecting moving forward. So that's it for Bitcoin. I'm still going to be screaming for the bullish case scenario until we start getting those areas of rejection. But until then, I'm going to be a bull on this market. I'm crossing my fingers we are, because overall the market, even on the meme coin sectors, they are kind of taking a hit. Some of these memes are now finally coming back up, but you know, right now the other memes that are kind of slowing down a bit, it's GameStop and GME, right? I mean, GameStop and AMC are kind of slowing down right now. Like, their traction that we once had these last couple 3 days ago when the market kind of, you know, dumped a lot, they're kind of a little behind, right? It looks like right now GameStop and AMC are struggling, which is definitely not something I want to see. To be honest, we should be pumping with what we're seeing in Solana. We shouldn't be dumping, but this is definitely an indicator of what the market's telling us overall, right? People are not confident that this is a real rally. So I do expect still with this reversal coming in with GameStop and AMC, but you know, honestly, it's not going to look too good if we do lose this area of support on GameStop. And then same thing goes on with AMC, right? With AMC, is not going to look too good, unfortunately, which is not something I want to freaking say, right? Because I'm a bull on AMC, and I have been, but this price action we're getting overall, it's not the freaking best. I'm gonna be honest with you. So we need to get a quick reversal on GME and AMC literally in the next coming days, or else it's not going to be looking too good, especially on AMC. We need a reversal on this very soon. So maybe if we could stop having all these people that freaking sell their bags every time we're at a bottom, and maybe start, you know, holding their freaking bags and buying the dip, we could have a quicker recovery on AMC and GME, and then start retesting these areas back up to new all-time highs. And then same thing goes on with GME, right? With GME right now, we're in the zone at the moment where GME is also showing some sort of rejection at the zone, which is not something we want to see on the 1 hourly, right? So unless we go ahead and see this thing come back up, which I believe is going to happen, because we can't just straight up go up forever, right? So I am expecting some sort of reversal coming in with GME, and then we're going to go ahead and see the next breakout to 0.02, which is going to be around the 100 plus market cap. And the same thing for AMC. I believe the next market cap for AMC is going to be around 20 million to 30 million market cap is going to be the next breakout within this weekend, right? So I do believe a weekend pump will be coming for the market, unless, you know, some bad news happen tomorrow, where you know, tomorrow Friday we close the market red, but I'm expecting the stock market to close in a green, right? So regardless of the fact, AMC and GME are lacking behind, and Solana's pumping, dude. It's like, what the heck is going on with the market? Like, you guys are so freaking bipolar. Just make up your mind already, right? So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Mina right now, and then see what's going on with Mina. Mina is on Binance. Okay, we could also do it on MEXC. So we're going to do some MEXC on Mina. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. Looking at the 4 hourly, I already kind of see a bullish pattern right here, which is a cup and handle pattern, which is pretty bullish right here. So as long as we continue to hold Mina at around and break above $1.22, we could go ahead and see a breakout to the upside, taking Mina, in my opinion, towards a range of about $1.70, right? If Mina does get rejected at this area of support and loses support at around $1.11, if we do lose the support right here, we could go ahead and expect Mina to go ahead and come all the way down to 98 cents, right? So this kind of goes back with the narrative of everything looking quite bullish in the market. It looks like even altcoins are getting ready to freaking pump to the upside. So I do expect this next couple weeks, if not like by the end of this week, we should be getting this. We're going to be getting a lot of volatility, chat. Unfortunately, that's what we're going to be getting. We're going to be getting a lot of, you know, volatility, undecision, undecisionness in the market of where it's going to go up. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Does it want to go sideways? What does it want to do, right? And that's where we're going to be at in the market probably for the next coming days. I do believe that kind of behavior should end by the end of the week, in my opinion, because we are seeing literally the same breakouts, bro. We're seeing the same breakouts with Bitcoin. We're seeing the same thing with Bitcoin, with the altcoins. We're seeing the same freaking patterns, right? So like, it's kind of the reason why I'm very, very bullish and everybody's bearish. But like, if we are in a bearish case where we do get rejected at the levels that we're talking about, chat, it's going to look really, really bad for altcoins, and it's going to look really bad for Bitcoin, right? So that's kind of the reason why I'm not promising and wishing on a dump right now, because a dump should have happened freaking a month ago, bro. We should have had that dump in December, not now in February, leading into the freaking altcoin or the Bitcoin halving, right? So like, that's what people don't understand. It's that people want to push towards that bearish scenario when you should have been bearish right here. You should have been bearish in January. That's where you should have been concerned and bearish about the market. Was when I was bearish was within and around this zone right here. I was bearish during December and January, and I was telling everybody to be careful, right? I was telling everybody to be careful with a top coming in soon. See, now when the market corrects and dumps, then most people get sad and because they probably lost a lot of money coming all the way down, thinking this thing is going to shoot up even higher, because people were calling for $100,000 Bitcoin on the ETF, which I told everybody it wasn't going to happen either. But besides the point, what I'm trying to tell you here is that most people always want to be shorting right here instead of shorting right here, right? And this is just typical retail behavior, what happens time and time and over again. And this is the reason why I'm giving you a warning right now. I'm not telling you because I don't know, maybe this is a fake out, but because we are seeing this bearish case scenario all across the board, I'm bullish. As soon as retail gets bearish, dude, I'm switching on the gear, right? Because so far that's the way it works, right? Retail is bullish, you short the market. Retail's bearish, you long the market. It's worked time and time over again, literally all the time, every time you do the opposite of what retail traders do, right? So I know it sounds kind of effed up, but like literally that's just typical human behavior, right? Most people want to be shorting at the bottom. Like, you don't short at the bottom, bro. Like, you short at this top right here, right? This is where you want to short. You want to short when everybody is thinking otherwise of, you know, the market going to the moon. That's where you want to be shorting, right? You don't short when the dips have happened and the markets are looking pretty good and the DXY is doing its thing and the US 100, the stock market continues to pump up even higher. Are we at critical areas to be concerned for a crash and a correction? 100%, but this is not the time. In my opinion, we should have had that warning that I was giving everybody about us being at the highs of the market within this range right here when Bitcoin was at $48,000 on the ETF call, right? And ever since that, we've seen a decrease in the market overall when it comes to volume, it comes to viewers on YouTube, because that gives you an information of how retail's feeling, right? Typically, when you see a decrease in new buyers, new subscribers, new viewers, whatever the case is, it gives you an indicator that, you know, the market is not feeling the sentiment. And typically when, you know, this is the time you make the money. You make the money when the people are undecisive, are not looking at the markets, are scared of the markets, is when you make the most money, right? And that's what people don't understand. You don't make money when your favorite influencers talking to buy bonk at 2 billion market cap, right? Which I also warned everybody about. I was being a huge bear when Solana was reaching these levels right here. Everybody was laughing at me, you know, calling me one of the biggest bears during when Solana was around this range. Everybody was laughing. You know, John, you're incorrect. It's going to pump to $500. My favorite influencer said so. We're going to the moon. The Bitcoin ETF is going to take us to new all-time highs. I heard it all. I heard all of that kind of behavior within this range right here when I was super bearish on Solana, and I was giving warnings to everybody, be on the lookout. I think we're going to see a correction to Solana at $50. See, it never happened. Unfortunately, the biggest correction we saw was $80. It's still from this top to this bottom. It was still about a 35% correction, but I was expecting literally a 60 to 50% correction, right? Because that's the typical behavior we see from a lot of these altcoins. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that if let's say this is possibly a fake out, which I wouldn't be surprised, but let's say it's not, right? Because even looking at this, it does look a little bit scary, right? But in my opinion, I think we look more bullish and scary. but that's up to whatever we decide, right? I'm not saying I could be right. Maybe this is the first time I'm wrong, right? Because I've been pretty right most of this time. Like, I pretty much called most tops and bottoms of the market these last couple months, since October, right? When I was longing Pepe 2, you know, I made a lot of money because I was screaming for altcoin season. I was screaming for Bitcoin to be at like 30,000 plus, and people were laughing at me, calling for Bitcoin to crash it to $6,000. Like, you just can't make this thing up, bro. So right now, even with Solana, it's like if Solana would have dumped down to the ranges that I wanted Solana to dump to, it should have happened right here. It should have happened right here around January. We should have had that collapse already. We don't have the collapse now, and that's what people don't understand, right? We should have already had that collapse right now. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It doesn't mean this is not a fake out. We go ahead and retest 110 and we come back all the way down, which is very possible, right? I'm not saying it's not, but the chances of that happening, in my opinion, are kind of diminishing. And the reason why is because while everybody was bullish right here, the shorts made all their money already right here. So smart money is going to go ahead and make retail think that this is going to be a fake out, because retail was thinking Solana was going to pump within these ranges right here at the top. And retail and smart investors don't freaking, smart money doesn't buy the top, man. That's what you got to understand. Smart money tries to buy the bottom. They short the tops and they buy the bottoms, and then they long the bottoms and then push the price action up. And then retail gets stuck once again, like usual, buying the tops when Solana or any of these tokens start to go ahead and see an uptrend, right? It's like you should have been longing Solana right here at this zone at 84, and you should have been shorting Solana right here at this range when Solana dropped back down to 117. You don't short Solana, you know, at these areas right here. Are they, you know, areas of resistance? Yes, but the possibility of this pumping up even higher with the short squeeze, the chances are high. And you're going to see Solana, in my opinion, break towards 110 unless we have some sort of black swan event tomorrow or some scary, shocking news that panics the market. Yes, we're going to freaking collapse. We're going to see Solana collapse to $42, in my opinion. Bitcoin's going to collapse to like 32 grand, and it's not going to look good for the market. And people are going to be sad. They're going to be crying, and we're just going to go ahead and have a longer period for this bull run to actually happen, right? That's the only reason why I don't want to see that happen, because I definitely do want to make some money before we see another dump. I'm thinking, we know, same thing goes with a lot of these altcoins. I'm thinking Solana pushes towards 140, 150. Retail gets excited because we're going to break through 110 with no problem. Short squeeze is going to happen. People are going to go ahead and short again at 110, thinking the price action is going to go down. Smart money is going to go ahead and push the price action up because in the economical system, it makes sense on why you should be longing the freaking market right now, right? There's a war breaking out. You long the market, right? You don't short the war, you long the war. And that's what most people don't understand, right? So with that being said, we're going to probably get a short squeeze right here, push the price action to the upside. We see 140, 150. This is where most retail investors are going to be like, oh, you know what? I was freaking wrong. I should have been longing the market all around this range right here. And what retail is going to get stuck doing is now they're going to have all their favorite influencers with 500,000 subscribers and all that talk about Solana hitting $500, right? So there's a possibility that we could even see Solana even touch. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 214, but I do believe a top is going to be around 140 to 150, and there could be a possibility we could have a slight little pump to around the $200 range, and then see a major collapse. And that's what I'm screaming for. More than likely, I'm screaming for Solana to break 140, 150, and then have a rejection right here around these zones, and then come all the way down to $84, $87, which if you measure from this top to this bottom with this correction, that's about a 50% correction, right? Which I've been telling all of you we need. I've been telling all of you we need a 50% correction on a lot of these altcoins, and a lot of these altcoins haven't received that 50% correction. They've only received a 37. So I do believe that these altcoins are, you know, is the market due for a correction? 100%. But the market has been needed for a correction since December. The market should have corrected since December, and it still hasn't, right? So that's the reason why I'm a lot more concerned now. And looking at the US 100, we are seeing right here that I mentioned that the RSI was getting ready to cross, and we see that RSI cross right here. So the US 100 still has more than enough room to pump, and that's what people don't understand. This is in the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ printed a freaking massive cup and handle pattern, right? So what we see is a cup and handle pattern right there as well. So this is screaming for more of a freaking upside than a downside anytime soon. And that's what most people don't understand. Most people are calling for a collapse, for a crash. Do we need a correction? 100%. I'm not denying it. But in my eyes, based on what we're seeing from the macro perception, is it's screaming that we need to go up higher. That's really what's going on, right? We're seeing wars break out, unless, and I wouldn't be surprised if the U.S. attacks again, tomorrow or on the weekend, and we're going to see some bullish news. I think it's Super Bowl weekend this week. I don't even freaking know, man. I don't pay attention to these news. All I pay attention to is the charts, the DXY, the US 100, kind of know what's going on in the world, and you won't panic too much and overreact to what's going on in the market. But in my opinion, I think it's overreaction. As I mentioned, this could be a possibility that I'm completely wrong, and this is the top of the market, so just be very, very careful. I'm not saying I'm 100% confident, but I'm 100% confident in myself, and I feel confident enough to tell you that we're gonna pump up higher, right? And I've been saying that since the bottom around right here, and I've since the top, right? I don't know what else to tell you. And I don't like Solana, to be honest. I've never liked Solana, so it's not a bias thing. I'm not longing. I actually just closed a long position on Solana yesterday. I'm not longing Bitcoin, so honestly, it doesn't really matter to me where the market goes. But overall, if how the market conditions are looking, it's if they do go down, it's not going to look too good, right? People are going to overreact, and it's going to dump more than we expect. And that would mean, like, instead of looking at the ranges that we're looking at, we could probably even see Solana break down to like these zones back over here, $30 to $40, which is not going to look good, right? So that's kind of the reason why we don't want this scare shock to happen, because a lot of people are going to get discouraged out of this dump, and a lot of people will lose a lot of money, right? So but that also means there's going to be a lot of money to be made if you're shorting the market. So with that being said, I know this is a long rant, but let me go ahead and read into the comments, and we're going to go ahead and look into the data of what we're getting if an altcoin season is coming, and yeah, we'll go on from there. There is a dilemma: stay up, watch you, or go to sleep. Hey, how's it going, Mark? How's it going, Dutch? Like NR is mine. Nobody touched it. Breathe, John, breathe. Key, how's it going? Hey, I still need help. LOL with Solana because I don't have enough to even exchange my ETH to Solana. That's why I said I can send you ETH and you can send me a little of Solana because I need to buy AMC. And I don't know how to sell my NFT. I tried last night. Didn't work. Key, I don't know what you just freaking told me, honestly. I told you I have no freaking money for freaking Solana or ETH. Like, all my money is in AMC right now. That's why I'm hoping, like, freaking we see a market reversal soon, because I want to freaking take some profits on my AMC position and start loading up on some leverage positions in the market, because I do believe the market's going to go up higher, right? So maybe DM me, because I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Like, you need money for what? For gas fees for Ethereum? I don't even have Ethereum. Ask Tillery. Hey, what's up? Go good. Hope you're having a good one. Crypto boss Andrew sold to 160. Let's freaking go, dude. Cam, how's it going, man? Great to see you again, bro. Tillery, what's up, everybody? How you been, Tillery, man? Long time no see, buddy. How you been? My question is, Tillery, what I want to ask you is, how is your freaking GME position, bro? You've been making a killing, I bet, huh? Because last time we talked, GME was at like, what, 50 million market cap? And then recently, 2-3 days ago, we saw GME hit like 95 million market cap. So congratulations on that, man. Congratulations on that. You're probably like on your private island or something right now, chilling, huh? Mr. Dot, maybe the reason why altcoins are down are that people are pulling money for Sol. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I do believe that as well. See, it's actually quite interesting, right? Because it's like the market's a 50-50. It's like sometimes when, let's say, for example, Solana, right? Solana is pumping. Typically, meme coins should be going up. But what's going on is that people are profit taking because now their Solana is worth more. And now they're longing Solana. So we're seeing like the inflow of all the meme coins kind of dump because all that money's going into exchanges now. They're going into longing or shorting, Solana or whatever the case is, right? But once we see kind of like Solana kind of take a little breather, then we're going to see that inflow of the money come back into meme tokens, right? So it's quite interesting, dude. It's like it should be the opposite because of it's in the infrastructure, like the ecosystem, but it's the freaking opposite, bro. Go good. How's it going, man? Hope you're having a good one, bro. Good morning, by the way. But yeah, it's quite interesting how all of this works. Tillery says, "You're LOL, you silly bro." But yes, it's looking good and bullish. I'm like, this guy Tillery probably is retired or something, man. Because Key disappeared for a while, man, and she said she was gonna get $1 million and she was gonna donate it to the community. She said she was gonna donate a couple grand to all of us. If I could remember, I'm not sure if anybody could remember her saying that, but I think I do. Chilling. Is it a good morning or is it a good night for you, Go Good? I'm sipping my my W, by the way, right now. It looks kind of nasty, to be honest. It looks like dirty water. But I'm drinking this. That's why I'm a little cracked out and a little bit hyped up, chat. Is because I'm drinking some W right now, right? Which you could go ahead and use my code Pepe2, which I should probably change. But yeah, it's dragon fruit. It's like dragon fruit. Really freaking good. This makes you concentrate. Makes you a better trader. Maybe I should start taking like 3 scoops to become a better trader. Watching about thing is stuck. Watching ABT thing is stuck. What is ABT? Mr. Dot. Yo, I was there. She said would donate to me too. Yeah, see? Told you. Key promised all of us that she was going to donate some money when she became a millionaire. I think from what I understood, she said she was going to like throw a huge dinner or something like that for us in celebration. Yeah, but that's pretty much what we're seeing. Need a crypto that's still pumping. I mean, the only thing is Solana, man. I mean, I know I told some of you to long Solana yesterday. I probably wouldn't long Solana right now. I think it's already reaching its tops. Maybe once you see this retest back to support, I would consider longing Solana. But as of right now, I wouldn't really be longing that many projects except for the ones that are down right now, right? There's a few projects that right now on the altcoins are getting ready for a breakout and they are forming a pretty good pattern. Like for example, right here with Solana, you should have been longing Solana at 95, right? You don't long Solana at this top. Like, can you? 100%, but the chances of that, you know, coming back down slightly to like $98 again, or maybe coming back down to 100 are a little bit higher, right? Because we are at this area of resistance, and that's what I usually say. You don't want to be longing the tops, chat, and you don't want to also be shorting the bottoms. And this is the reason why I get a little frustrated, because you don't want to be doing that. Is there a possibility that this thing pumps even higher? Yes, especially after this breakout. But right now, I wouldn't be longing Solana, in my opinion. I closed my position yesterday. But it just depends on also what kind of time frame you're watching it. If you're watching in the smaller time frames, it could be worth, you know, looking at it that way. But with Solana, with what I'm trying to say regardless, is, in my opinion, the fake out that we saw with Solana was when we saw Solana touch over here 105, 106, and then we saw the dump coming all the way down to what was it, like 80 something. I heard there was a flash crash on Solana, right? I'm not sure how true that was, but I heard there was a flash crash on Solana going down to $70. And I feel like that's where everybody got wrecked, because I long Solana like right here, I think. And then I ended up getting wrecked on this like dump right here. I ended up getting wrecked on this dump right here because I didn't know how to I didn't know how to add margin to my BingX account, because it was my first time using BingX, because we got that partnership with BingX, and I couldn't figure out how to add margin, dude. So I was like panicking, and I panicked, and I freaking got liquidated. And as soon as I got liquidated, as usual, Solana pumped, right? So pretty bothered by that, but luckily I'm in profits right now in my AMC position regardless, because I bought in early on. And two, the other thing too as well is when AMC goes up, I'm going to be even way more in profits than I would have with the money that I lost. So it's like a win-win situation. But right now, I think there's a lot of altcoins that are getting ready to pump to the upside. There's also a lot of meme tokens as well too. That's why I'm kind of bullish on the memes right now. It obviously, you know, this is where the problem comes in though, because the market is down, and let's say this is the fake out that everybody's calling for, then yeah, meme tokens are going to be destroyed, bro. And that's something we definitely do not want to go ahead and see on both sides, right? On any of the projects that we're in, we definitely do not want to go ahead and see that kind of dump happen. But in my opinion, I feel like these meme tokens have already dumped a lot, right? And with the GME and AMC narrative, I think, in my opinion, there's still more room to go before we call the top, right? And GME is not going to give up at freaking 95 million market cap, bro. Trust me. And that's especially because they have like a lot of big influencers pushing it, and they're not going to give up with 95 million, bro. They're probably more than likely going to push to $1 billion. And right now, it's just the undecisiveness of the markets that are not pushing the price action up even higher. But with that being said, I do think that AMC and GME still have a lot of room to go. Can I be wrong? 100%. But the freaking communities, bro, at both GME and AMC are freaking insane. And not that many people have caught on to it yet. I mean, look at AMC. AMC only has 5,000 holders, bro. Only 5,000 holders. If you go ahead and take a look at GME, how many holders they have. They only have 19,000 holders. They only have 19,000 holders, and then GME is getting ready for this next reversal back up, and that's what people don't understand. And this is typically what always happens. Typical behavior: people sell the bottoms, they panic, they get scared, and then this thing pumps all the way to the top. People buy the top again, and then they panic when it dumps, and they just keep on buying, you know, buying high, selling low. You just can't make this thing up, right? So that's why I tell all of you, like, a lot of this information that we talk about, it is related to the memes and to the altcoins. And when you have this kind of perspective of what's going on, not only in the crypto world, but what's going on in the stock market and the global world, at least have an understanding of it, you don't get to panic as much. Like, you're like, oh snap, like, yeah, there's a lot of volatility, but you don't panic. Like, you don't go to sleep panicking. Like, I don't go to sleep scared with my AMC bag, because I understand where AMC is gonna go, bro. Like, I was part of the short squeeze, and I was never scared of what was gonna happen, right? The only time I got scared was when the freaking the hedgies and the exchanges ended up freaking preventing the buy button, man. But like, check this article right here from Gregory Mannarino. Senate advances another $95 billion of spending bill to fund both Ukraine and Israel wars. Are you for it, or are you against it? What are your thoughts about that, right? I also want to go ahead and show you this one right here. Crude oil is getting a bit higher as the U.S. continues to strike more targets in the Middle East, up over 3% so far on the day. You can't make any of this up. I'm telling you, war is like bullish for some reason. I don't know why war is bullish for the markets. People say otherwise, but so far, everything that has been going on with this war has actually been pretty good for the market. It kind of sucks to hear it. But I also want to go ahead and show you this report right here, right? Altcoin market is perfectly following the wick off accumulation. According to this pattern, probabilities favor a move to the upside in the short mid-term. So this goes back to the narrative, right? I'm showing you the reasons why I'm bullish. People are screaming bearishness. I'm showing you this chart. I don't know what the heck this chart is. I'm going to be honest with you. But based on this chart's telling us something very similar. So me not understanding what this is and somebody else saying that it's bullish, you know, we kind of have to be a little bullish on this, in my opinion, right? While others are still waiting for $30,000 BTC, alts are perfectly following the plan I shared a few days ago. It's going to be wild. And I completely agree. People are waiting for a dump to happen, and these altcoins are getting ready, and meme tokens are getting ready to freaking pump, dude. Altcoin season is here. You need to go ahead and jump in before it happens. Mark says, did you breathe yet? No, I have not. No, I haven't. It's a wick off. So I think it's going to pump. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and see our second indicator, right? We're going to go ahead and see our second indicator as to the reason why. I think this is comparing what? The coin market. This is comparing total market cap. Okay, so it's the total market cap excluding Bitcoin chart. I got to look more into that. I told myself I was going to start using that more as a second indicator, but I haven't. I think that's definitely going to help out a little bit more with my TA for sure. But we have this guy saying that. We also have Chainlink, insane move to the upside. Recent link pumped can very much be the catalyst of a strong bullish move. Altcoins, Bitcoin is moving sideways, and the altcoin hype cycle is showing that we might see hype back at the end of February going in through March, which I completely agree. You know, once again, I agree again, and the source is Rect Capital for this. See, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care what any of these people freaking say. But when I stick to a belief and then I open up these, you know, these documents and I see people pushing towards the same bullish narrative, actual traders, like, you know, good traders, this makes my conviction of, you know, what I'm talking about a little bit more confident, right? Not saying that I rely on anybody's TA. I like to always go ahead and you know, do my own TA before I start deciding. But when you have people you respect in the space and they're pushing more for a bullish case scenario, it kind of makes you question the other people that are not, right? And that's what I'm seeing. The people that I respect are, some people are saying neutral, but some of them are saying that we could be seeing some temporary action to the upside, right? John's gonna go ahead and just freaking say we're gonna see $57,000 Bitcoin. And I'm screaming for altcoin season and Memecoin season to happen. It's typically within the time frame that this happens, so that's the reason why. But with that being said, I also wanted to show you the altcoin season index right here at the blockchaincenter.net if you want to go ahead and check that out. Typically when we have some sort of altcoin season is when we start approaching the 75 on the index. Looking at the monthly right here, we are at the 65, and we definitely do not want to get too excited, but typically when you start making a lot of money on these altcoins, you start longing the market when altcoin season is not near, right? I made a lot of money on these altcoins around October because I started longing the market at October. I started longing the market in October, and I made a lot of money leading into November, right? That was actually before altcoin season happened, which was says right here it was on the 23rd of November, but this is where altcoin season also happened back in December and January, right? It was a quick little snapper where we have the altcoin season happens, and that's what people don't understand, right? This is the reason why you have to use multiple indicators, in my opinion, to understand when the market's heading to the upside or to the downside. And you have to have not only the indicators, but you also have to go ahead and have the time in the market, right? That's something that I don't think anybody could go ahead and get unless you have a really good mentor. There's only two ways you understand most of the stuff that we're talking about, right? You only either know through experience that you've gone through yourself, or you know through the experience of other people, right? Those are the only two ways you learn, in my opinion. I would say otherwise, that you could go ahead and learn where the market's going, unless you're like so good at freaking TA that you became a freaking chart genius and you're really good at patterns and all of that. Then yeah, I could also agree with that. But to be honest, most people that understand the space, because it's different when you're looking at patterns, right? You could be looking at a freaking cup and handle pattern, a cup and handle pattern, and it could do the complete opposite, right? It could be a fake out. And if you don't understand that there's fake outs in the market, you're gonna get wrecked, right? That's kind of the reason why a lot of, you know, retail and newbie and traders get wrecked, because they go ahead and read a book, they look at the patterns, and they're like, oh yeah, cup and handle pattern, let me go ahead and go all in. And you go all in, and then smart money does a fake out and you lose all your money. All right. And that's what usually happens. But so like most people wouldn't know any of that if you've never experienced it yourself, right? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. And right here, this is the same thing. I've been experiencing this, you know, meme coin season for a while. So it's very few people that could go ahead and confirm this with you with the information that I'm going to give you right now. And this is looking at the Bitcoin dominance, right? So when you're like, John, how do you know when altcoin meme coin season might be happening very soon, right? Well, that's a great question. You don't freaking know. This is all based off predictions and past information that we've received in the past, and it could always change, right? And that's the hard and kind of scary thing about this market, I would say, is that honestly the stock market's a little bit easier because, you know, the stock market always does the same thing. It's like, you know, war happens, the stock market goes up, you know, some dumb thing happens like that, a big certain event in the world happens, the markets go up, right? And then crypto reacts scared, like usual. I don't know why. It makes no sense. But the stock market's more predictable where things are going. Like you can literally, you already know the future of the stock market ahead of time before it actually happens, just based on like what the politicians and what's going on around the world. With Bitcoin, they just kind of overreact a little bit. But what people don't understand is that the crypto markets follow the US markets like literally T to T, right? Sometimes there's like a slight depegging, but for the most part, the cryptocurrency market moves very close to the stock market. So in my opinion, unless you're like a freaking smart genius person when it comes to being a technical analyst, the only way you really understand how these markets move is if you traded the stock market or the forex market really well, because you understand like the information of like Fed rate cuts, what the Fed is doing, the Fed balance sheet, the debt bubble. You understand that, all that kind of information that most people don't understand in the world of crypto, especially the world of DeFi. People are not even aware that wars are going on right now, and that they're actually bullish for the market, right? And then people kind of panic, like, oh, there's a war going, let's go ahead and sell off. Maybe this is the top of the market. And we saw this back with the Russian and Ukraine war, where we saw Bitcoin literally just dump, and then the dip got eaten up very quickly, right? So that's what I'm also trying to tell you right there. But with this Bitcoin dominance right here on the monthly, this is around the time back in 2021 when Shiba Inu was created and founded. It was actually founded around July, if I'm not mistaken. That's when Shiba Inu was created. Shiba Inu ended up pumping around October, and this is where we saw a decrease of Bitcoin dominance falling down to 43%, right? As I'm telling you, you wouldn't know any of this if you didn't actually experience this in the market and actually looked at the chart that I'm telling you right now, right? So you only know through two things, as I mentioned, through experience or through learning through the experience of others. And I'm freaking telling you, this is exactly what freaking happened, right? You could go back and do it yourself, but I'm telling you because I've showed it multiple times, right? And this is why sometimes I feel comfortable longing the market, is because I understand these other indicators that I look at specifically to myself, that have been bullish, right? Also right here, back in June of 2022, this is where we had another altcoin season happen when we saw Bitcoin dominance fall below that 48.55%. And as it goes down even lower, this is where a lot of people make money on the altcoins, right? Now, see, we had this thing happen for 2 years in a row. We had it happen in 2021 and we had it happen in 2022, right? So people were cheering, people that understood this chart and understood Bitcoin dominance falling to these levels of how big this is, right? People are assuming, okay, well, it happened 2021, it happened 2022, more than likely it's going to happen 2023, right? Well, as I'm telling you, it's kind of the reason why you can't rely on this information 100% all the time, because it's not accurate, unfortunately. It's not always going to be accurate. It's not always going to happen exactly, but we already have 3 years of data right here, right? And I'm going to go ahead and show you this one more time, right? So we have 2021, Shiba Inu was created, all the Shiba tokens pumped. We had the pump in around the 2022 when a lot of these altcoins pumped. And then we had 2023. And guess what? This is where Bitcoin dominance was at 48.55%. And guess what happened in April? Guess what happened in April? Let me go ahead and freaking tell you what happened in April. Pepe happened in April. This is when Pepe hit 1 billion market cap, was within this range right here. And guess what happened after that? This is where the whole entire Pepe narrative freaking took off. And there was a Pepe your mom, Pepe pig, Pepe AI, Pepe, frog. There's a whole bunch of Pepes, right? The Pepe meme coin narrative happened right here on the 3rd year on April. This is when Bitcoin dominance fell below 48.55%. See, the thing is, a lot of the meme coin traders, like the very smart ones that understand like actual technical analysis and have traded the stock market and understand fundamentals and all of this, understand this chart, right? So a lot of them went all in thinking that because we repeated it once, we repeated it twice, we're going to repeat it for the 3rd time, right? And a lot of people were also at this time shorting freaking Bitcoin. So now you have two things. You have, the meme coin traders longing the meme tokens, thinking it's going to go up higher because it happened for 2 years in a row, also with Bitcoin dumping. And we also had a lot of people shorting Bitcoin because typically that's when we see a decrease of Bitcoin coming down to the 40% Bitcoin dominance, right? So when that happens, guess what happens? Well, we see the opposite effect. Meme tokens dumped like freaking crazy in freaking June. I'm not sure if anybody remember that. And we saw Bitcoin pump. Right? We saw Bitcoin pump and we finally broke out of that resistance. So Bitcoin right now is still trending at this zone right here. And basically what I'm freaking trying to tell you at the end of the day is that as soon as we see Bitcoin fall below 47 or 48.55%, this is where we're going to go ahead and consider shorting Bitcoin, in my opinion, and also longing meme tokens and altcoins. This is when we start seeing this dominance, at least for meme tokens, down to this 47% range. And this is the reason why I believe this is going to be one of the biggest freaking meme coin seasons we're ever gonna freaking have, right? We're gonna make so much freaking money, man. It's not even gonna be funny. Like we're literally gonna be able to throw like $1,000 or $100 on any meme token, and they're gonna go up to like 10 million, 20 million market cap back to back. Like we're literally going to be printing money like the Federal Reserve, right? So this is what I'm excited for. When is it going to happen? I don't know. And we're all waiting for this moment. And once we wait for this moment, then this is where we could consider, you know, shorting Bitcoin, in my opinion. And as, you know, Bitcoin continues to pump and continues to go up higher, this is kind of the reason why I'm not pushing towards that bearish narrative just yet. Can we go ahead and reach this top at Bitcoin dominance one more time at the 55% dominance, and then dump back down to 48.55% and then have a start of meme coin season? Yes. And this is the reason why we have to go ahead and keep our eyes out on these kind of indicators that we look at. As I mentioned, it happened 3 years in a row already. This is going to be the 4th year that this happens. And if this happens one last time, I think, in my opinion, this is going to be a confirmation for a good indicator to understand that typically when Bitcoin dominance falls below 48%, we start to see meme tokens run up. And this is where everybody and their mom are freaking making money left and right on the meme tokens, man. And this is what we all want. What we're seeing right now, chat, a lot of you have been making money. A lot of you probably lost money. A lot of you probably haven't had the opportunity to make money. But this is what we want. We want to see Bitcoin dominance fall below 48% while the markets are boring and we have the typical Bitcoin maxis trading Bitcoin. All the meme coin traders, we're going to be making money left and right, bro. Literally like the Federal Reserve. And that's what I'm waiting for. And that's what I'm trying to prepare every one of you for. That what you're seeing right now in the market is nothing. The volatility is nothing. Get freaking used to it. It's going to get worse. Especially now that we have Wall Street literally tied by our hands, connected to the freaking stock market. You guys wanted an ETF. It wasn't me. I was pushing for no ETF. Everybody was pushing for an ETF because they thought Wall Street was going to make us all billionaires, but well, we're not, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is expect more volatility, expect more wars, expect higher inflation, expect, you know, interest rate cuts, expect a very volatile market. You know, the US right now does have the presidential selection. I like to call it a presidential selection because I don't think you know, if people's votes really mattered, man, the world wouldn't be how it is, right? That's just my opinion. You could grill me all you want, but this is solely my opinion. But just take a second to think that, man. If the people really had the option to vote in a way that the world was actually better, the world wouldn't be bad. But that's another topic I don't want to talk about. But with that being said, we have the presidential selection going on in the U.S. We have you know, the Fed trying to push for lower Fed rate cuts, which are going to happen. We're going to see more war, which is going to go ahead and prop up the prices of commodities. We're going to go ahead and see oil shoot up. So definitely do see an increase in that as well. And we're going to see a higher stock market, right? So higher stock market, higher crypto market. People are cheering for Trump to be elected in the US. And if that happens, that's going to be the most bullish thing that can happen, right? Trump wants a weaker dollar. Everybody knows Trump wants a weaker dollar, right? That's why, you know, smart money wants Trump in office. Trump is also going to go ahead and cut the corporate tax rate, I believe, to 15%. Guess what? Corporate America loves that as well. So as I'm saying, it's not for the people. It's really for the big players. The only people that it benefits is us because we're playing with big money. But in reality, it's for big money. It's not for the little players, right? It's for big money. It's for the politicians. It's for the corporations. It's for all of those people that they're pushing the market for, right? They're not pushing the market for you and I. We're like ants to them, right? But what I'm trying to say is that we could follow big money, and that's what we need to do. Follow big money. Once you start to follow big money, you understand how everything moves around the world, and you literally wake up with peace in your mind every day. You look at the news and like you see all this fear and all this panic across the world, and then you're going to remember like, oh snap, John told me about this, and this is exactly how the market moves. That's freaking crazy, bro. He sounds like a crazy guy to listen to, but it all makes sense. And then you're going to come into this awakening where you're not going to panic anymore. You're going to wake up every day, you're going to turn on the news, and you're just going to laugh at it. You know what I mean? You're just going to laugh at it, and you're like, dude, this is freaking crazy, bro. Like, my portfolio is going up. Like, it's sad, you know? It's sad to say, like, the world will be collapsing, and your portfolio is going to go up. And it's actually quite scary, to be honest. And I think it's really sad people have to get hurt in order for this market to be fakely propped up. You know, I think it's really sad. Can you take a look at ABT? You think this is in the next leg correction? Okay, yes. I stepped away, I'm back. Did I miss the answer to my question? No, dude, you actually stepped in at the right time. I think I just got done with my with my rant, so I think it worked out perfectly, bro. So let's go ahead and take a look at ABT. Enough with my rant right now. We'll go on a second rant in a little bit after we do ABT. But see, chat, the reason why I tell you this is because I care about every one of you. Like, I really do. And I think the problem with what we have in the world is we don't have the right people to tell anybody any of this, right? We have pretty bad influencers, in my opinion, that are not telling the people what needs to be said. One, because they don't know, and two, maybe because they really don't want to go ahead and spread the word. But to be honest, I think awareness is one of the biggest things, right? And I think if more people know, I think more people want to know the truth. There's a good amount of people that don't want to know the truth, and that's why those are the kind of people that get wrecked in the market. But the people that want to know the truth and understand the truth, whatever the truth is, are going to be living in more peace, right? And that's kind of what I tell you, right? They want to push the narrative of fear, separation against one another, because that's the way they have more control over us. And if people just came united, like imagine we had a lot of people talk about what we're talking about right now. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that do. You know, I've literally have you know, one of my YouTube mentors, Gregory Manarino, that I've been watching for years, since 2017, and I remember living with so much panic and fear every day of my life, not knowing what was going to happen with the economy at a young age. You know, that was coming out of high school, so that 2017. So I've been watching him for a couple years. I actually met him in live too. I literally went to LA just to meet the guy, bro, because he changed my life. I made so much freaking money listening to him. And once I understood how this freaking puppet world works, I was no longer freaking fearful, bro. Like, I look at stuff and I just laugh. Like, I just laugh because I already know what's going to happen next. Like, it's like I already know what's going to happen in advance. There's a reason why, like, I call so much tops and bottoms in the market, because I've been watching the markets for so many years, dude. Since 2017, I've been listening to this guy that's a freaking good analyst that has worked for Goldman Sachs and all of that, and he's been spot on in the market, right? He literally spot on in the market. He called the scandemic, you know, and the scandemic for me was an eye opener, at least for me, right? Natalie, how's it going? John, my man, how's it going? How you been, by the way? Long time no see. So let's go ahead and take a look at ABT before I go off sidetracked again. Now that we have Natalie right here freaking distracting me. Let me go ahead and get away from my distractions. But looking at the hourly right now on ABT, we do see that we are at this level of resistance. It looks like, in my opinion, we are going to see this breakout right here on ABT. But looking at the bigger time frames, I would focus looking at the bigger time frames right here. I'm a little concerned on what we could be seeing. Two patterns right here, right? We could see a breakout to the upside, or we could also be seeing two things right here, in my opinion, which could also be a head and shoulders pattern, right? So I don't know if I'm a little bit panicking, but this could also be a head and shoulders pattern. So for me, in my opinion, what I would want to see for ABT is I would want to go ahead and see this area of resistance to be broken and be held. So I would definitely want to see ABT break above, in my opinion, just to be safe, right? Because as I'm saying, I'm more bullish. Like, I think this is going to go to the upside because I'm bullish in the market overall. But if this is bearish, like let's say we, you know, John is wrong for the first time, and this is a fake out to the market, we're going to see ABT crash all the way down to 33 cents, right? Because I'm telling you, it kind of looks like a cup and handle, I mean, a head and shoulders pattern right now, getting rejected on the second resistance before coming all the way down, right? So it looks kind of scary, but you're also seeing the RSI getting ready to cross, right? So it's giving us still mixed signals of the market, but in my opinion, what I would do is I would wait for ABT to break above, hold above 114, and then this is where I might consider longing the market, and then longing it all the way up to 160, and then we're probably going to see a correction, and then we're going to go ahead and pump if this is altcoin season that we're getting into, right? Which I believe altcoin season's near. As you read on that freaking article that we pulled up, people are saying, you know, this trader, pretty good trader, is pushing for altcoin season to begin towards the end of this month, beginning March. For the last couple of years, that's typically what we see in the market. Typically, altcoin season always begins within around January all the way up to April. We've seen a delay in the market, and then we see the market shift beginning towards the end and beginning spring, let's say April, till July is typically when we see some sort of meme coin season, right? So it's kind of pushing towards a bullish scenario, but I just be very, very careful right now, especially with this setup right here. But in my opinion, it looks pretty good. I think, in my opinion, based on what we're seeing with the overall structure of the market, it's more bullish. But if this is a fake out, I mean, scream goodbye to freaking 160 and say hello to freaking 33 cents on ABT, which is going to be quite scary if this is a fake out in the market with an 80% correction. That is insane. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Super, been on a big vacation. LOL, how are you? Damn, nice. Where have you been, Natalie? I've been wondering where you've been. You like disappeared on me when MIA. Where'd you go? If you don't mind us, if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to tell us, but that'd be pretty cool. It's really fun. See, Natalie's making the big bucks. She's in vacation. I want to take a vacation like Natalie. That's why I got to make a lot. Dude, this is the reason why we need the market to freaking pump right now. I know you can make money both ways, tops and bottoms. Tops and bottoms, longing and shorting the market, but dude, I think when we see this market pump, it just gets more exciting. You know what I mean? It's like people get more excited. I guess I kind of feed off that energy, that excitement. Like when we have the freaking streams popping and we have like everybody like freaking putting like all those freaking those songs, like what is that one song from Draft Punk? Doing it right. Like when we start hearing all those freaking songs, bro, it's like, dude, it just brings freaking excitement to the freaking market, right? So that's what I want to go ahead and see. Miles says, how are you doing? How's Myro doing? That's a great question. Let's go ahead and take a look at Myro right now. Gogo says, would you sell now at 103 or wait for 1.14 to retest? It depends what your entry's at right now, bro. Honestly, I would hold on to it. You also have to go ahead and keep in mind what your entry is, what your margin is, how much leverage you're using. But I wouldn't close my position right now unless you're in profits. If you're in profits already pretty nicely right now, I would probably take like a nice little chunk of profits right now and then just wait for the breakout. And then as soon as that breakout happens to the upside and this is actually bullish, then I would just add more to my position, right? That's one of the best ways to play it kind of safe, because let's say you are what is it called, profitable right now in your position. You could take, let's say 30-40% of your position, and if this thing does pump to the upside and it breaks down, it's looking pretty good and support, it's being held, then I would just freaking add all my freaking money right here, not financial advice. I would go all in, and then you're gonna see that breakout to the upside. But if you're in profits right now and this thing dumps, you're gonna lose money. So I would rather, not financial advice, telling you as a friend, that if you are in profits, I would probably take a little bit of profits, unless you're okay losing all your money in that position, knowing that you could be wrong, unless you put a stop loss. But it just depends on how much margin you're using, what's your entry, Also as well, did I say margin? What your margin is going to be, your liquidation points. That also has a lot to do with your position, right? So that's why it's very difficult to go ahead and give like my full-on opinion on like what you should do, like whether you should buy or sell. One, because I'm not a financial advisor, and two, I just don't know what your risk tolerance is. Like your risk tolerance might not be as my risk tolerance, right? And that's the only thing that I'd be a little bit more concerned about. But it looks like it's going to push to the upside. I'm just telling you, like, I think the scenario is going to be more bullish. But if the market tomorrow is Friday for the stock market. If tomorrow Friday, the market freaking, let's say some bad news happen, then it's not going to look good. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with U.S. freaking news, bro. Because I don't watch the freaking news. I don't care about the news, and I don't listen to the news. I just try to be a little bit aware of what's going on, just to be knowledgeable of how, you know, people are going to react. But we're already seeing a lot of bad news, right? Which I do not want to go ahead and look at, to be honest. But we'll look at it right now just to go ahead and see what's going on. But you just have to be aware, right? We're going to take a look at Myro right now. Hey, my guy Ryan, how are you doing, dude? How's the surgery, bro? Glad to see you back. Shout out to Ryan, man. Ryan's been a freaking champ, dude. This guy's been like in the hospital for the last couple months, literally tuning into the freaking streams in pain. And I think yesterday he finally had his surgery, so he came out good. I hope you're doing better, bro. I hope you feel a lot better. And thank you for being here, bro. I really do appreciate you a lot. It means a lot. Gogo says, it seems like it can't break 104. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it is a strong area of resistance right here, man. You also have to keep in mind. So, you know, this is a strong area of resistance. The RSI is looking like it's going to dump down even further. But as I mentioned, any little good news could happen. And you also have to keep in mind the Asian market's going to be in about, Asian session is going to be in about 2 hours. And then we still have London session as well, which is typically where we see a lot of volatility, right? Natalie says, yeah, sorry, LOL. I was so tired talking to people, I had to leave. LOL. I left to Bali, John. Nice. Wonderful place. Far away and no animal that can kill you. Oh my gosh. This sounds freaking fun, Natalie. Did you stay out there for like a whole month or what? Because it felt like you were out for a while. I was wondering where you've been. That's good to hear, though. Like vacation's needed, you know what I mean? I've been taking a small little trips here and there these last couple days and months, but nothing compared to freaking Natalie, man. I got to take a big fat trip like that. That's why I want to make this money, like in the next coming weeks, because I know that this is probably going to be the last final pump before we see that correction in the market. People are going to be panicking. They're going to be overreacting, and you're going to see a lot of redness in the market, and it's not going to be as fun, right? When you're shorting the market, it's fun. You can still be making money, but it's not fun being a content creator when the market's red, dude. It's a freaking worse. It's not fun. This is the reason why I don't want to see a bear market right now. Like I'm pushing for a bullish market, because as a content creator, when the market turns red, it freaking sucks, dude. It's so boring. You like, not that many people show up as much. It's not as fun. You don't get to talk to many people, so it's not the same excitement, you know what I mean? So that's why I don't want to see a bear market right now, because that'd be dreadful. Honestly, it's dreadful when there's a bear market and you're a content creator. It's a freaking worst, bro. But I know that if this is the last final pump before we have that dump to the downside, in my opinion, like, that's going to be more than enough money that a lot of us are going to make. And then we could decide to short the market and still be playing it, but it's not going to be as fun. And then that's when you just take the time and then freaking go on vacation, bro. You make the money on this last final pump. Let's say Bitcoin does pump to like $57,000. Then we see that correction. Like, let's say you make all your freaking money like at this zone right here. Let's say Bitcoin pumps to like 57K, bro, or like 55. We see the correction on Bitcoin. And then you just take your profits, you know what I mean, with everything that you're doing. And then you just take a long vacation like Natalie, and then come back when the bear market's kind of done. You know, you come back, you know, starting July, you start going into summer. That's typically when we see a reversal in the market, is towards summer, because a lot of, like, even Wall Street, right? Even Wall Street players, they start taking vacation in spring break. Then we have freaking summer. They're like, dude, F this. We worked really hard quarter 4 for our fat bonuses to take vacation vacations now. I want to freaking go ahead and relax, right? So like even Wall Street takes a break within this time of year, because it's a lot of volatility, on a lot of undecisiveness. It's a new year. People are taking like, tax reductions and are doing all that BS. So typically, that's when we see kind of like the market kind of slow down. It's towards this year is when we see like the market kind of top off. And then we see the market slowly bleed down all the way to summer. And then summer is when, all Wall Street, comes back, and all the institutions and hedge funds come back, and they're like, all right, guys, I had my freaking long vacation. Let's get back into the freaking market because I spent a lot of money that I made in vacation having fun. Let's get our money back. And then they start buying the dips, and then they load up, and then comes Q4, quarter four. Remember, holiday season. Then you have, Christmas if you celebrate any holidays, but then you have more holidays coming up. And then for a lot of these corporations, they also have to go ahead and show that they're making money for their investors, right? So like, it's this kind of like huge thing where now they have to focus on pushing as much revenue as possible in order for them to make more money in their pockets, to then have that second vacation coming the new year, right? So that's typically when we see this kind of slowdown in the market. So yes, we do need a correction in the market, but I hope, cross my fingers, that this is not the correction yet, because that freaking little bull run we had, bro, wasn't really fun. It only lasted November, December, and semi-January. It really only lasted 2 months. So like, if we could capture the wave from like, let's say July, August, September, October, November, and then we have December, like 6 months of a freaking bull run, I think that's more than enough, in my opinion. On the road to recovery, man. Bless you, Ryan. That's what Natalie says. Goga says, thank you. You would love Bali. It's worth it. I gotta check it out. How's the weather out there, Natalie, by the way? Jonathan says, yo, bro, hope you're having a good day. How's it going, Jonathan? Hope you're having a good one as well, bro. I did see your Twitter message. I didn't get a chance to open it because I went live, but I'll definitely go ahead and look into it. What was it, by the way? Is it something I could click on live stream right now to check it out? But yeah, Chad, I think I'm more bullish, but we'll see. Honestly, it just really depends. I just hope this market does its thing. I'm getting very bored, to be honest. Go good. I appreciate you, bro. Damn, man. This is let's celebrate the third super chat on live stream. Damn, bro. That's freaking amazing, dude. This is my third freaking super chat on live stream. I really appreciate you, man. It means a lot, bro. It really does. Thank you very much, man. Thank you so much. Like, literally, like, every time I'm on live stream and I come stream, like, literally, I wake up and I literally just want to talk to every one of you. Like, I really wish we were able to communicate and talk to each other besides keyboards. But literally, this is what I wake up for. Like, I literally wake up to stream. This is what my excitement is. I love talking crypto. I love talking to every one of you. And I think we built a really, really strong community here, right? It's a small community, but I care about every one of you, right? And this is kind of the reason why I say the crazy stuff that I say, because I genuinely believe that, we're here for each other, and as long as we're here for each other, we're going to be able to make the impact that other people might need, right? We can't change everybody, and we can't change the whole world, right? We can only go ahead and help those that want help, and most importantly, help each other that want to help each other, right? And this is the only way we're going to win. Let's go ahead and see what this article says right here. CoinDesk price index gained 3.16%. Let's go ahead and see this. CoinDesk Bitcoin price index gained 3.16% of $45,000 Bitcoin. Highest 4 p.m. level since January 11th when it was traded at 46,000. Largest percentage increase since January 26th. Up 3 consecutive days. Up 7.4% of this period. So pretty good news, right? I'm not going to get excited over this because, I don't like to get excited over news like this. Let's go ahead and look at what news there is for us to get excited about. Solana gains more than Bitcoin as traders speculate an extreme move is ahead. Oh, snap. So I guess John was right. I hope it turns out right, dude. I'm really crossing my fingers we have this freaking bull run, dude, because I want this excitement back in the stream. Thanks for being here, bro. I appreciate you, Go Good. I really do. I appreciate every one of you. And by the way, to go ahead and show back and give back to the community. Actually, I've been giving back to the community from Dabmaster. Dabmaster actually donated us some NFTs, which I actually will go ahead and give away right now live. I'm glad you reminded me, Go Good. But yeah, so frick, do I have enough money for gas fees? I think I should have enough money for gas fees. So I have about these 7 NFTs. These NFTs were Dabmaster, one of our moderators here on the channel. He's a mod for us. He's here and there. Sometimes you'll see him. And he actually created this collection of these NFTs. These are 101 pieces on Solana. I said the Renaissance is a resistance. And with that being said, if any of you want one of these NFTs, I gave a few yesterday to my community. If anybody wants another one, feel free to ask for another one. I know I gave a few already, but let's see if we can go ahead and get anybody that hasn't received anything back, right? Feel free to go ahead and comment down below your Solana wallet, and I'll go ahead and send those to you live. He wanted me to go ahead and give these back to the community. Just choose whichever 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, put the number that you want, and then provide your Solana wallet, and I'll go ahead and send that to you live. I'm not giving this one away because I really want this one. I gave a lot away, the ones that I wanted. I also bought a few myself, or minted a few myself, and I gave those away to the community. So with the ones that Dabmaster gave me and with my own collection, I'm actually also giving them away, right? So this is the only one I'm going to go ahead and keep because I think this is really cool. But besides this one, I'm not going to give this one away, but the rest, feel free to go ahead and comment which one you want, and I'll go ahead and send that to you right now on the stream, right? So I really do appreciate every one of you, and I love the fact that you know, a community member is willing to go ahead and, you know, give back to the community, right? So that's freaking amazing, dude. So I really do appreciate every one of you. Let's go ahead and read the comments right here real quick. Bitcoin rainbow chart looks promising. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Gogo says, thanks you for being here, bro. I thank you, man. I appreciate you a lot. I really do. I really appreciate every one of you, even the ones that are just watching and not talking. I really do appreciate you, and hopefully, you know, everybody that is watching and not commenting, you know, I hope, you know, a lot of you can participate in the future when you feel comfortable and when you can. You know, my goal is to go ahead and connect with every one of you, and I've already, you know, connected with a lot of you on personal levels. You know, a lot of you have my phone number. A lot of you freaking text me and give me a calls, and you know, we talk about what's going on with the market. And I think that's kind of the beauty of what we have right here in this channel. It's a small channel, but that's what we're able to create, right? You know, we're going to be able to create that strong community foundation early on because of you guys being early supporters, and you get more of my attention, right? So feel free to communicate, reach out to me at ALTCOIN John on Twitter. Like, talk to me, message me. Sometimes I don't reply to everybody right away because I'm always like live streaming, doing something else. I'm also admin on Telegram or on AMC, so like I've been trying to push the community there and try to get them excited. But overall, like, feel free to message me on Twitter. I do want to say be careful on Reddit because there is a scammer pretending to be me, messaging everybody asking for money, asking for trading strategies, which I won't do, and asking them to go ahead and do bank transfers, which I would never do. So just be very, very careful for anybody pretending to be me on Discord. If you do get a message and you're getting ready to send money, which I'm telling you, I would never ask for money, go on my live stream and ask me, hey John, was this you that sent me this message? Don't click on links either. If you just get like a random person with my name and then just randomly like sends you a link without explaining anything, don't freaking click it, right? It's a phishing scam. Be careful. I've been getting a lot of messages from the community telling me that there has been a lot of scammers pretending to be me, reaching out to people asking for money, asking for these trading strategies that they could go ahead and do and manage your money. I'm not a financial advisor, so I would never hit you up to manage your money. Yeah, I would never hit you up to do a bank transfer. So be very, very careful with all of that, okay? So let's go ahead and look at what's in the news. It looks like we do have some good news. Bitcoin ETFs, XGBTC now hold more BTC than MicroStrategy. So that's quite interesting. U.S. senators berate SEC's Gensler for agency's unethical handling of the crypto case. Yeah, we'll see how that freaking goes, bro. I have no hope. Bitcoin could hit $48,000 in days, propelled by historic Chinese New Year gains. 10x research. The largest crypto rally in the last 9 years by 11% on around. The Chinese New Year's festivity says 10%. So we have been talking about how we are bullish on Chinese New Year's and how we believe that a lot of these meme tokens that are like the year of the dragon or whatever the case is will be pumping. So also keep that into consideration, chat. We have to keep these little narratives. We also have Good Easter, I believe it's called. I think that's another holiday as well too, for Easter. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry to sound very ignorant, but I'm just trying to, you know, give out some ideas. But you know, you have Jesus coin. You have Jesus coin, and apparently from what Jonathan was telling me, like Jesus and Easter are pretty big. And excuse my ignorance, I'm sorry, you know, I'm really sorry, but yeah, so apparently Easter and Jesus are really big. So he thinks there's a speculation that for Jesus coin, it's going to be a pump in April. He did see the pump in December, also with the Jesus community. I don't know what's big on December either. I'm sorry as well. I'm not too sure what's on the religious side, what's so big about Christmas, but apparently it's also pretty big because of that, and it pumped, right? So it looks like you have to keep aware of these narratives. We have like the presidential selection narrative, which is like the Trump and like the Biden tokens you might be seeing. And then we also have Chinese New Year, which is going to be the year of the dragon. And then we have the narrative of like Jesus coin because of April, right? Because of Good Easter. I don't know what that is, but yes, because of that narrative as well. So if any of you understand those narratives, a lot of you will be able to like pick out a lot of these tokens quite easily compared to the average person, right? So I know it sounds silly, and it sounds kind of like, dude, are you really going to tell me that Jesus coin is going to pump on Easter? Well, it kind of makes sense, right? I know it sounds crazy, but just hear me out on this. I know it sounds crazy, but this is during the pump that we had in December right here, and we saw Jesus coin pump, right? Because of December. I don't know, as I mentioned, I don't know what's big on December with religions, but it's pretty big, right? It means a lot, and Jesus coin pumped a lot, right? So just keep that narrative in mind. I know it sounds crazy. I know you're like, dude, what are you talking about? You're telling me to buy a Jesus coin on April. You're telling me to buy a Trump token. I don't know, man. This is speculation. This is how meme tokens work. You know, it sounds crazy, but it works, and it's true. You know what I mean? It's just the same thing with this dragon coin. Don't be surprised if we see a breakout to the upside on this dragon coin because of Chinese New Year coming up as well, right? So I know it sounds crazy, it sounds bizarre, but welcome to the meme coin sector, where things make sense but they don't make sense, right? Where it sounds crazy, but it's not crazy, because this is how people feel connected. People feel connected, and this is what people don't understand. Communities is all through connection, right? How people feel. People are going to go ahead and gravitate towards something they feel part of and feel connected. So, you know, let's say, you know, the Chinese community really loves and believes that the dragon is good luck. They're probably going to go ahead and buy a dragon coin because they believe it's a very lucky coin and it's going to make them a lot of money, right? I don't know. I'm just making things up. Bear with me. And it pumps, right? So what I'm trying to just tell you is just stick to what you believe, man. I believe in AMC because I understand the narrative and I went through it. And that's my belief. So I'm holding on to AMC on that, even though it has dumped a lot. But I still believe this narrative is still going to be going, right? And I believe in this community, and I don't panic when I see red. I get even more excited because I know the pump's going to be bigger, right? So I would say stick to what your belief is. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart right now. Yeah, here since Ethereum journey. Yes, I remember that, dude. Ethereum has been freaking quite crazy, bro. Ethereum was really an eye-opener. I remember, I wanted to stay away from like the pre-sales because I know pre-sales are usually scams, and we made quite some money on Ethereum. I think I made about $3 grand on Ethereum in the couple days of Ethereum. I was providing liquidity. It was pretty good. Everything was going perfect. And the big day came, which was a scam, right? We got scammed. I lost $3 grand and I had no more money left, dude. I literally had all my money in Ethereum like a freaking true degenerate. And I lost all my money. And I'm freaking running around. I'm like, dude, I gotta get freaking money like right now. And I came across $100. It's all I had left. And I was like, dude, I'm betting it. I'm betting it. This is all I have. I'm betting it all in. All in. And I bet it on Pepe 2. And guess what? Pepe 2, I turned that $100 into 20 grand in about 2 weeks. Because I was confident about what I was doing, right? With that being said, I jumped into the market before it happened. Same scenario right here with AMC. I got wrecked on my Solana long. I panicked because I didn't know how to add margin to my position because I was trading on BingX for the first time, which I've never used until I logged my position, which was probably the dumbest thing to do, like adding a position without knowing how to add margin or navigate the platform. So I'm like literally watching on my phone like this. As soon as I wake up, I'm like half asleep. And I look at my phone and it says 80% down. And I'm like, and I'm just seeing Solana dump, dude. And I'm like panicking, dude. I was like, and I panicked to the point where like I didn't know how to react, right? And this is not typical me behavior. Like usually like I'm pretty on point. Like I know how to navigate pretty quickly on any scenario that like I get kind of slapped with. I know how to react very quickly. I know how to like move under pressure, right? Well, I was half asleep, man, and I didn't know how to react, that I panicked and I just looked at the chart just dump. And I got, as soon as I figured out how to add a margin to my position, 1 second later, I got liquidated, $1,600 out the door. I was so mad, man, because then Solana pumped, bro. As soon as I got liquidated, Solana pumped to my price target. I would have been up 5 grand. And then I have $300 left, and I'm like, dude, this is it, man. This is it. $300 left. And this is not the mentality you want to have, chat. I'm just sharing with you what's possible, right? It's maybe not the best mentality. A really good trader like Natalie will probably never tell you to do any of this. Like she's probably listening to this and like laughing like, dude, you're freaking crazy. But you don't want to do this kind of behavior because this is almost like gambling mentality, which is not what you want to have, right? And I had my last $300, dude. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? I actually had $100 because I said I'm not going to touch the rest of my money because I already lost all the money that I had for trading. And I see AMC and I throw in $40. I wake up the next day, $150 now. I was like, let's freaking go, dude. Let's freaking go. I go in, I put in more money, tops off at 1 million, dumps 80%, dude. 90% actually. And it goes from 1 million to 100,000. And I'm just like, damn, man. And I'm still bullish on my conviction. Like I'm buying the dip, man. I'm buying the dip. I bought it in like 800, 600, 700,000 market cap. Next thing you know, as I'm saying that, and everybody's like laughing. Everybody's like, John, you're a freaking degenerate gambler, bro. Like what's up with you, man? You gotta keep it. You gotta change it up, bro. And at that point, while everybody was grilling me, at this point right here, we see freaking AMC just pump, bro. So my bags literally went up like freaking crazy. And as usual, obviously, I did not freaking took any profits. And I have taken small little profits here and there. But I'm so much up in profits because I bought in at this zone right here, right? So this next leg up that I see AMC and GME pushing towards, I'm going to be really nicely up on my position. I'm going to be making up for all the money that I lost so far this month, which I already made it up. Like the money that I lost on my Solana position, I'm already up. As soon as AMC pumps back up to like, even right now I could take out my money and I'm already in profits, right? Ready good. But if this thing pumps up to like 20, 30 million market cap, I'm going to be up with fat bag. And what I'm trying to tell you is that sometimes like you just have to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself in a trade, maybe you shouldn't like throw in all your money and just go all in, but sometimes that's the mentality you got to use and just betting yourself. Yeah, you're betting on yourself, right? You're not betting on the play. You're betting on yourself, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. As long as you believe in yourself in a position and you believe you should long or short, go with it. Don't go ahead and do what other people tell you what to do. If John tells you not to go ahead and buy it, don't listen to John, bro. Listen to yourself. That's what I want to try to push. I want to push self-awareness. I think we all should have the option to do whatever the F we want to do, right? And that's why I'm trying to tell you that is that when you believe in something, and most importantly, you believe in yourself, you don't care what anybody says about that, right? You don't care what anybody says. And that's the kind of mentality you want to have, because when you bet on yourself, usually it pays off really well. And when I bet on myself on that Pepe 2 position, leverage position with $100 to 20 grand, I did very well. This AMC position, I'm betting on myself that it's going to do freaking good. And if this turns out pretty well, I'm gonna freaking make so much freaking money. And pretty much that's what I'm trying to tell you. Just bet on yourself, believe in yourself. That's really the big thing right here. Brian says just started watching, good info. Thanks. I appreciate you, Brian. Thank you for what is it called? Thank you for commenting, bro. I really do appreciate you. Can't see the pics. What pictures? Just wait for GME next leg up. That's when we run. I agree with you, Osby. By the way, could be wrong about this year of the dragon, or they call it the year of the long. There is ETH and Sol version of it. Let's go ahead and check this out. Yeah, I appreciate every one of you, chat. Like, even just you commenting like down below, like a question, your opinion. I welcome all feedback, man. Whether you agree with me or not, like, I welcome feedback. Like, we're not like other channels where, you know, you say something like, you're like, no, John, that's wrong, and like we ban you. Like, we don't do that here, chat. Like, I believe in freedom of speech. I mean, that's like the least freaking rights that we have now going on in the world, right? Well, like the least we could do is start banning people to say their opinions here on chat. So I welcome you, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, as long as we keep it respectful to one another and try not to, you know, bash each other too hard. But, you know, I welcome feedback. Like, I'm open for feedback at any time. You got to learn from the best, man. So I'm all open ears for a lot of you. A lot of you are way smarter than me, know a lot more than me, and I'm here to freaking learn. So if you tell me, hey, John, you're wrong, how about take a look at this? Dude, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm not telling you I know everything, but I would definitely tell you that I know quite a bit. But it's definitely not where I want to be, right? So I'm always open for feedback. So what is Long Chen Chen? A Long Chen Chen. 169,000 market cap, 36,000 liquidity, 780,000 or 780 holders, and 216,000 of volume. That's actually pretty good. Long Chen Chen. What does that mean? 2024 Spring Festival Gala official mascot Long Chen Chen. Ah, interesting. Dude, I like betting on the Chinese because I know they have a big community and they have a lot of freaking money, bro. Like, one of my biggest plays in the stock market was NIO, the Chinese electric vehicle company. And it's actually quite interesting because my mom was telling me today, she's like, would you ever consider investing in Tesla? I was like, dude, Tesla? I almost laughed at her when she told me that. I was like, why would I invest in Tesla, bro? It's freaking overpriced. It's reached the top. And she's like, yeah, but everybody's driving a Tesla. Like, you make money. I was like, dude, that's not the way the market works. You make money when no one believes in something. That's when you bet your money. So when everybody like is accustomed to it, you're making all the freaking money. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't bet when you're at the top. You don't bet a company when it's already at the top. You want to bet at a company when no one believes in it. So when the company succeeds, you make a lot of money. And she's like, yeah, but tell me something that, you know, tell me a good company for electric vehicles. And I told her, I was like, NIO. I was betting on NIO 3 years ago with the whole entire electric vehicle things that they had going on. And I'm sure a lot of you that have traded the stock market remember that age when we had all like freaking Workhorse, NIO, freaking Lucid. We had all these freaking electric vehicle companies that we were making so much freaking money, dude, out of these electric vehicles. And I remember longing NIO at like $12, $13. I bought some options and I rode the wave all the way to $50, $60. And she's like, how much money should you make off of that? I was like 30 to 60 grand. And then she's like, wow. She's like, so what made you do that? And I was like, dude, because it's a Chinese company. Like, you don't understand how powerful Chinese companies are, bro. like I wouldn't bet against the Chinese, man. That's just me. I wouldn't do it. If anything, I would bet whatever freaking project or whatever they're doing. I'm in with them, man. Because you know, with NIO, what was going on right there is that the Chinese government was pretty on with NIO. So like, I knew that as well, with all the research that I did. And I'm like, dude, the Chinese government is gonna push NIO, dude. Like, they have no other option because they're pretty much in bed with each other. So this company has to succeed, right? And yeah, the Chinese government actually ended up bailing out NIO a few years before I longed them. And that's kind of the only reason why they didn't completely go bankrupt. But yeah, they pretty much backed them. And because I understood that, I made a lot of money, right? So I rode the wave from $13 all the way up to like $40, $50 with options. So just imagine the volatility there, right? So like I understand how big the Chinese community is and how much money there is in there, right? So that's just a little kind of out of topic story, but I thought I would share just to kind of tell you the potential of what what a Chinese stock was able to do for me, and imagine what a Chinese crypto token could do. I'm not saying it's going to be the same thing, but I'm just saying, like, just think about it. Bradley, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good one, bro. How you been? You been buying the dips on this market? Do me a huge favor, chat, and smash that like button. Man, we're having a pretty good chat. I'm glad to see a lot of new faces here. Well, I'm not seeing them. I'm seeing a few, but still, you know what I mean. So with that being said, we'll see how the market ends. Let me go ahead and pull out CoinDesk to see what else is bullish. So we talked about this. You know, people are cheering. Some people are like laughing. Like, see, you, as crazy as it sounds, chat, like you just can't laugh with these kind of things because one, it's like people's culture. You know, they really do take it serious. So I think we should respect everybody's opinions. But a lot of people are like, dude, how is Bitcoin going to pump because of Chinese New Year? Like, trust, bro. I'm not saying it will pump, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does pump, right? So just keep that narrative open. Keep that open mindset, right? Let's not judge or make fun of any culture. I know sometimes it sounds crazy, but it happens, right? It freaking happens. It's crypto. Anything to freaking pump. Anything to pump. JP Morgan survey shows over half of institutional traders don't want crypto exposure. Dude, who cares about JP Morgan? Let's see what else. Bitcoin breaks above 45,000. Traders predict a possible $50,000 push. Let's freaking go. Yeah, so I believe that's going to happen too. I forgot to mention too, I'm not sure if any of you are aware, but they're pushing for an Ethereum ETF coming in summer, I believe, is what they're talking about. So do also, what was I trying to say? Also, keep in mind that there's going to be, after an Ethereum ETF, we're more than likely going to be followed with a Solana ETF. I know a lot of you don't like Solana like myself, but I do think Solana is going to be the chosen one because it's backed by a lot of institutional money. And that's what you got to focus on. It's not about what you and I want or what we like. It's about what makes us money, right? At least in my opinion, as long as it's ethical and we're not hurting anybody, I think as long as it makes money, like freaking long it, dude. Like who cares what token's better than the other one? This is the reason why MEXCs usually don't make that much money, man. Because they stick to one narrative and that's all they do. Like put that to the side, man. Put the ego to the side and just focus on what makes money. And if meme coins are the way, freaking learn how to trade meme tokens, man. I know they sound silly and dumb, but they make money. SUI becomes a top 10 DeFi blockchain in less than a year. That's freaking insane, man. Developers on SUI are building products that people are using to address real-world challenges, according to Greg. Layer 1 blockchain SUI created by the team that led MetaDM's crypto project climbed in the top 10 decentralized rankings Tuesday, less than a year after inception. The total value locked has jumped more than 1,000% in 4 months. And what else? The dollar value of the cryptocurrencies deposited in the DeFi protocols topped 430 million, making it the 10th largest blockchain by TVL. That's freaking insane, dude. Behind is Pulse chain. That's interesting. That's interesting, dude. And this is not even that much money because if we go over to CoinMarketCap, chat, like if we go over to CoinMarketCap, our market cap right now is at 1.71 trillion. And I guess apparently when we have like the bull run happening, I think it was at over 3 trillion is when we start having like the market start being bullish. So we're not that far away. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too sure about that. So I'm not gonna go ahead and really speak that with confidence. But if I can recall, you know, when we're at the 3 trillion market cap, that's super freaking bullish. Super freaking bullish. So I wonder what else is going on. Okay, yeah. So back to the U.S. You know, we're seeing right here, U.S. drone kills senior Iran militia leader in Baghdad. You know, we're seeing this. Just don't focus on this, chat. We're gonna see probably a lot of this. This is like fear to like scare you, and I'm telling you, this is for separation, control. They want to go ahead and control the narrative. This is what we don't want to focus on, but we do want to be aware of what's going on, right? We're aware of what's going on. Iran label US factor after 3 killed in drone attack. Military says assassination of 3 members backed by conflict. The U.S. military presence in Iraq has become a factor of instability and must be ended. The Iraq military has said it responded angrily to a U.S. drone strike on a car that killed 3 members of powerful militia. By this act, the American forces jeopardized civil peace, violently claiming the U.S. mission increasingly from its stated objectives. Whatever, dude. Doesn't really matter, dude. It really doesn't freaking matter. But just don't focus on any of this, man. It'll drive you freaking crazy. I think we already have a lot of crazy things to worry about in the world than to always be paying attention to news, right? But obviously, you know, the U.S. is doing that just due to the fact to remember we talked about OPEC, and this is really what the U.S. is trying to push right now is trying to show other countries that they don't want to go ahead and mess with the dollar, with BRICS, and they're trying to show, you know, the U.S. is trying to show a reason why you shouldn't, you know, join the BRICS and why you shouldn't, you know, get away from the dollar. So, you know, obviously the U.S. is seeing this kind of pressure, right? So they're kind of warning other countries like, be careful, you know, don't freaking join the BRICS. They're not telling them directly, but they're telling them indirectly, right? And that's through what's going on right now. It just so happens that, dude, I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm just going to leave it as that. Yes, sir. Open a Solana long on Jupiter. Nice. Should I sell 1 ETH for Sol? I also have ADA, about 4K in ADA. Thinking about maybe putting half in Sol, but I don't know. Not financial advice, bro. Yes. Not financial advice. Yes. I don't know how, you know, doing long positions on Jupiter are, but what I could tell you is that if you could add, I would take some profits on that Cardano position as a, you know, as a friend talk, as, you know, friend and friend, not as a financial advisor. And then I would have, you know, I would add more to my Solana long, and then I would have money to the side for margin. I don't know how Jupiter is, so I can't tell you, you know, how those platforms work. But if you're looking to go ahead and leverage trade on BingX and MEXC with non-KYC, go ahead and check out both these platforms. BingX is giving all the way up to $5,000 in bonuses. I've literally received over $800 in sign-up bonuses just from depositing and trading on BingX, right? Really, really freaking easy to obtain. And then check out NordVPN with 69% off with 3 months extra if you're looking to go ahead and, enter a position. But markets look pretty good. Let's go ahead and see how they close. It closed pretty good too. I mean, the markets closed good. I'm surprised. Let's go ahead and type in US news just in case. We're probably going to get more information on the second stream later on today. That's typically what we see, right? Typically on the second stream is when we get information. US news releases its 2024 best online programs. Nope. Biden mistakes living European leader for dead one for second time in a week. I don't know what that means. U.S. Supreme Court appears skeptical of Colorado ruling removing Trump from the elections. Let's see what else. U.S. Senate. Democrats grill pharma CEOs on drug prices. Yeah, dude, that was all because of freaking the scandemic that we had. U.S. Senate advances wartime aid package for Ukraine and Israel. Dude, let me ask you a question. How do you think the U.S. is coming up with this money? They're turning on the money printer. You know what I mean? So, like, the U.S. can't even afford this, and we're turning on the money printer to go ahead and push and provide for these wars, which just means we're going to cause more higher inflation. So this is the same repeating circle that we go through half over and over and over again, right? But yeah, that would definitely make sense, Bradley, to go ahead and do. You know, obviously not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do. But I think we're going to see a reversal in this market. I think we will be seeing a push to the upside. I also believe AMC is reaching some sort of bottom, and I also believe we are seeing a bottom for GME as well, right? As I said, this is solely my opinion. It's not financial advice. I'm telling you as a friend, as a buddy, what I think. I will probably roll some profits from Cardano and ETH into SO, but not on leverage. Just buy and hold it for long term. Add it to my main portfolio. Yeah, dude, I think that would definitely be a move in my opinion. And if you use leverage, like I would just say, just stay under 40x. And that'd be a pretty good play. Even if you use like 5x on leverage, you really have not much to worry about. Obviously, unless we have a big black swan event. But with that being said, on the black swan event, we'll see where things go. We'll see later on today's stream later on today if there's any like scary freaking event that goes on. I mean, also with the Bitcoin rainbow chart, we're seeing a pretty good accumulation zone, so it's looking pretty good. And then usually towards the Bitcoin halving, we always see this dump, right? We always see a top or bottom in the market. Yeah, dude, because even with 40x, it's not that bad, but it's a little volatile. But if you stay like under like 30 to 20x, even 20x, your chances of you being liquidated are very, very, very minimum. Unless we have a black swan event and the markets crash. But I think Solana is going to pump up even higher. I mean, we're seeing the news too, right? So now this makes me feel a little bit even more bullish. But I do think we're going to have a great week. A great freaking weekend. Tomorrow's already Friday for me. It might be Friday for you watching. But tomorrow's going to be Friday for me. And I believe, I have a strong feeling we're going to freaking end on a green. And we're going to have a green weekend ahead of us. And that's going to be freaking fun to go ahead and witness. Yeah, I feel that 100%. So that's what I'm seeing in the market. Maybe consider, not financial advice, load up on some GME, load up on some AMC. I'm very, very bullish on AMC and GME. I'm only holding on to AMC. But once AMC does its thing, I will start trading GME. I think GME is going to be a really good token to trade, to swing trade, bro, because it's not as volatile. It is volatile, but it's nothing compared to AMC. AMC will dump 90% and then pump like a 10x. GME right now at the levels where it's at with the market cap and liquidity, it pumps like a 2x, 3x maybe at the most, and then it dumps like 70%. So even if we measure this bottom right here, like GME only pumped about like 200%. And I only say 200 because AMC did like a 6x when GME did a 200% pump, right? So GME pumped 200% and then it retraced from this 200%. If you measure it, about 55%. But look at AMC. Look what AMC does. And this is because of the volatility of AMC, right? AMC is a little bit riskier, a lot riskier actually, not a little bit, a lot riskier. But if you measure from this bottom to this top, we see that AMC did a little bit over a 3x. It shows right there only a 3x, but if you go in the smaller time frames, you can go ahead and see how high we actually pumped. Look, from right here, from AMC, and that called out this breakout right here too. I told everybody to load up right here. It was last week on Friday. I told all of you, load up. It's at 1 million market cap, and look at that pump right there. That's a 5x. 5x you would have made. And then with AMC though, look at this correction. It's scary. I'm not gonna lie, it's quite scary. 71%. So I think this next leg for AMC is going to take us to 20 to 30 million market cap. 20 to 30 million market cap, and a lot of the GME whales are loading up on this. So I do believe that the next leg up for AMC is going to be around 0.01. So we're going to be reaching that 1 cent, right? Which is at 4x, another additional 4x incoming. So that's on the low end, right? Maybe it goes up even higher. We get surprised and we hit freaking 50 million market cap. But I'm screaming for like a 30 million market cap to be achieved. And when AMC was at 100K, I was calling for a 10 million market cap, which was achieved, and its all-time high has been 12 million. So I do believe GME is going to go ahead and probably break past 100 million. And I think they're going to be going for that 1 billion market cap based on what I'm seeing. You know, the community, the hype, it hasn't even started. Same thing with GME. Like, you're really early on. I'm telling you, AMC only has 5,000 holders. GME only has 19,000 holders. And both of these projects lost about almost, you know, a good handful of holders because they panicked. But GME had over 20 something thousand holders, if I'm not mistaken. Now they're at like 19,000, and then AMC had like, was very close to 6,000 holders, and now we're almost at like 5,000 something. We're about to probably almost lose 5,000, but I think we're going to go ahead and be having a lot of new holders in the next coming hours and coming days. I think we're going to have a very bullish week ahead for tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday for AMC and GME. Let's go ahead and look at Twitter real quick and see if anybody is doing anything, because I know I was talking to the AMC community. They said that we're going to go ahead and what is it called? They're going to go host a Twitter space. It's freaking cool. What do they do here? Let's watch this video real quick. The Popcorn Mafia. That's pretty cool. Who created this? That's so cool, dude. AMC 2021 repeats. AMC on Solana. Let's freaking go, dude. Who made this? See, I'm telling you, the community is so freaking smart, bro. Like, this is the power of community. Like, we all work together. Like, I wonder who made this for the community. Like, this is freaking insane. It's probably a community member that made this. We're gonna go ahead and retweet that. But yeah, we're in the talks of now showing theaters in this so far. Their ticket, the ticket is worth 1,000 AMC tokens for you to be able to sell or transfer the tokens out of your wallet. Pay attention, and maybe the odds be ever in your favor. Leave a comment and let us know in the Telegram that you were the one that figured it out. So I don't know what this is, but I'm assuming this is a private key, dude. I'm gonna have to ask the admin group. Like, they haven't told me anything about this. Like, they haven't told me how none of this works, but I think this is a private key to a phantom wallet. That's what I think. I don't know who can get it first. So I don't know if these are all different keys and one of them have the money in it. And they have about 1,000 AMC. So that's freaking cool, dude. Like, I'm going to have to go ahead and ask the admin chat, tell them what's going on here. But that's freaking insane, dude. Like, what they're doing, it's freaking great. I like to see this kind of action. Let's go ahead and pull out Telegram to see what's going on. And we're also going to be, we were talking about doing an not an AMC, an AMC Twitter space. So I would say also go ahead and join the Telegram. Dude, it gets freaking fun right here, man. When we have about 15 people in chat right now. Let's see if they're playing music, I'm going to have to leave, right? Because I don't want to get copyrighted. Let's see, let's join. Let's see what's going on right now.
I agree, but never even went down at all. Barely. I agree, but you don't know where we're going. Yes, we were.
Are you taking into consideration fire dancers coming also?
Yeah, I've been trying to tell him that.
Mentioned that. Well, and to McKagan's point earlier, if ETH is dead and Solana takes over as the safe place for normies, they're going to look for familiar names and projects and safe places where they can come and congregate and learn together, which is what AMC can be if we can continue to push and last throughout this cycle, right?
CK, it's not if.
Exactly. I was getting ready to say, bro, change that language.
You know, Mert posted
you got
last week or the week before something about ETH did stop producing blocks for a few minutes. If that goes to say anything, I mean, if my spectrum goes down, I don't cancel them. You know.
Yeah, that's the argument I feel like people will always have. Like, it's like, yo, ETH's never shut down, you know. It's a valid argument. There's a lot of people call Solana people, which I'm not a Solana person, but they call us Soylana, you know, like we're the soy boys, you know. And it's cool. But at the same time, when it comes to onboarding new people, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm sorry. I've already made my case, man. I've made my case.
I hear you, DJ. And freaking ETH, dude, like, it's difficult for new users to use the wallets already as is, and then to go to use, you know, dexes and whatnot like that, and then take in consideration the freaking fees, the gas fees, dude, are just enough to break normie on their first few tries. I remember when I was going through it, man, I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy a little bit of this. I'm going to buy a little bit of that. Boom, boom, boom. Network congested. Next thing you know, I'm paying more in gas fees than what I'm getting in tokens. It's like, that's going to turns new people off right there.
The best story I have about ETH was when the Doodles NFT mint was, I lost $1,000 in gas trying to mint the NFT.
That's insane.
Can y'all imagine that?
Yeah, it's freaking insane. Also, remember also back in the day too when they had these crazy like freaking tax fees on the projects. Like, they had this like freaking 6 and 6 buy and sell tax, and you're paying 12% on freaking sell tax, plus you're paying gas fees, plus you're getting sandwich attacked. Like, we were paying freaking 40-50% on just like getting freaking hammered on the back end. And we're all cheering for freaking DeFi.
these meme coins that come out, and you go to their website and they'll say zero tax or something. That is the number way I spot a scam, because we don't have taxes on Solana. So these are obviously like people that used to do scams on ETH trying to come to
Finance
Solana.
chain scams.
Yeah,
Finance chain would tax the shit out of you. Every single one of those crap meme projects was all meant to just suck you dry.
What are the transactions on Binance right now? Are they like kind of like minuscule? Like, what is it, like a lot? I'm not a Binance guy, so just asking. Is it a lot? Is it cheap?
It's pretty cheap, bro. Binance is pretty cheap. It's just as cheap as, actually not as much anymore, but it used to be, you know, probably as cheap as Solana. Now it's not. But, you know, the narrative that it was back in the bull run was BNB was the Solana, right? So when Solana came in space, it's kind of Solana has that kind of took over BNB, right? So right now all the attention is towards Solana, but the reason why BNB was popping back in the day was because of the crazy gas fees. You know, like as one of you mentioned, like, you know, paying crazy gas fees as you're entering a position of like $100, $200, and now when you're paying, when you're getting into these bigger, you know, projects, and let's say you're paying, you know, $5,000 to get into a position, you're paying a couple $100 for the gas fees, right? So that's where that transition into BNB came. But now that transition from BNB kind of went away, and now it's like fully focused on Solana, and I don't think we have witnessed the actual run on Solana just yet.
That's wild, man. And the other thing I consider those short positions, people paying the gas fee to purchase and then the gas fee to exit the position, and put them damn near broke.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
I remember buying everything on BNB last cycle.
Yeah, dude.
Primarily just because it was so damn cheap.
Yeah.
And
it was cents, bro. It was cents. BNB right now, it's kind of expensive. Last time I checked, like to make a transaction, like the highest I saw it on BNB was like $1 something, which, you know, it's nothing compared to Ethereum, but like for a Solana, you know, swap doesn't even cost you that much.
Yeah, facts, man.
It adds up, and especially if you're trying to airdrop farm, like you're doing a bunch of transactions, you're all over the place. So it's nice when you're messing with something like ZK Sync or StarkNet or those ones that cost very little.
100%.
We have N Fed in here. I gotta ask, Moonboy predictions.
Moonboy predictions.
Moonboy. We're not. Yeah, not
for
not
AMC or for like the market overall.
No, we're not. Oh, yeah, no, we already know AMC's going fucking to the moon. But I'm talking about Solana, bro.
Oh, Solana, like Moonboy talk, like Moonboy talk, bro. Yeah. Like, and by the way, say what's up, everybody. The live stream, we're actually live right now. We have over 14 watchers, so say what's up, everybody. I wanted to share how the AMC community gets down, because I've been chilling everybody. I'm like AMC. So I wanted to showcase everybody how it gets down right here on the VC. But pretty much to go ahead and answer your question, bro. I actually told this to my community. I've been telling them. I never really liked Solana, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, especially last bull run, because of all the network clogs that it always has. I mean, we just literally saw one like a few days ago. Like, it's nothing uncommon for Solana, and that's kind of the reason why I had a little thing for Solana, right? I kind of had an issue because I remember wanting to purchase some NFTs last bull run, and I was transferring like 13 grand out of crypto.com, and then Solana had like this network freaking slowdown, whatever, the same shit that happened literally a few days ago, outage or whatever it happened, and I didn't get my money until like freaking hours later, bro. So by the time that NFT minted, I couldn't mint it anymore, right? So I was really pissed off of that, and I never really liked Solana because of that. But I've been telling my community since like early October, and I give you that backstory because I'm telling you, I never really liked Solana, man. Like, this is my first time dabbling back into Solana, and AMC changed that perspective on Solana for me. But if it wasn't for AMC, bro, I probably wouldn't be touching Solana, that, to be honest. But AMC gave me that reason to go ahead and touch Solana and give it a try. But with that being said, I've never really liked Solana. It's kind of growing on me now because of the AMC community. But I was telling a lot of my community members back in around October, I was telling everybody, expect, Solana to have an ETF. That's going to be what's going to happen. And the narrative behind that is because a lot of institutional money, institutional money is behind Solana. So what people don't understand is that a lot of big money, a lot of big players, trust me, a Solana ETF will happen. It's not a matter is it going to happen? No, it's going to freaking happen. And
don't fade the VCs.
You stand on that, and the Fed. You stand on that.
Yeah, dude.
Standing on business.
100%, bro. So I always tell my community, bro, it's like, dude, I don't care what the token's called. I don't care what blockchain's better. Whatever is making freaking money, bro, we're going to trade it, right? Because I trade the market, whether it goes up or down. And I think as a trader, you have to stay neutral at all times, right? Once you start going into a little bit into that, oh, I don't like Solana, and for that reason, I'm not going to jump into it, which there's a lot of the ETH maxis like that. They're like, oh, no, Solana is trash. The soy boy community, but dude, these are people that are missing out on money too. It's like, you're an idiot for missing out on money. Like that sucks for you to have that kind of ego to not want to trade meme tokens or touch Solana tokens because you want to be loyal to Ethereum. It's like, dude, like, follow the money, follow what big money players are doing, and what big money players are, they're behind Solana. There's a lot of big power behind Solana. Solana is a chosen one. I say Solana is like Gucci, bro. It's like everybody knows Gucci, but like when it comes to quality, there might be a few items that might be worth paying the price for, but it's really all hype. It's all hype, and that's what Solana has. And sometimes it's not the matter of how great the technology is, because there's a lot of blockchains that have really great technology, bro. There's a lot of freaking blockchains that we could be using for transacting back and forth instead of the Bitcoin. You're not going to be doing a P2P on Bitcoin, bro. There's other coins for that, right? But overall, what I'm trying to tell you is that what really sells, man, is the real value is what people want and what they like. And it's kind of like what with AMC, right? People feel connection behind AMC and GME because of what we've experienced 3 years ago with the short squeeze, right? Like for me, for example, I was kind of done touching Solana meme tokens, but the AMC, I felt that connection instantly. I jumped into the community early on at around 400K. I saw it witness go up to 1 million, and then I saw it dump to 100,000, right? And I still doubled down on my belief, right? Because I understood what was going on here and the narrative behind it. And usually when I double down on my narratives like this, I do pretty well in my positions, right? But with that being said, I felt that connection, and that's how it is with Solana. Like whether most people don't want to agree with it or not, like whether you don't believe in Solana is going to pump, bro, and it's going to get an ETF, and it's going to pump over $500. It's not because of you. It's because big money players are behind it and they want to make money. So when you start following the money and detach your emotions behind it and actually see the bigger picture of what big money is doing, regardless of what, whether Solana sucks and there's other blockchains that are better, let's say for example Cardano, but they're not moving. you have all the XRP army, sorry to offend anybody, but XRP army has been screaming for this whole entire thing with a lawsuit, and then freaking Solana went from like $40-$20 all the way up to like $100 and something. Like,
so, and the Fed, nothing. You're saying we're gonna see a $500 Solana?
I think so, yeah. This bull run, I think so, 100%. I'm pretty confident.
500 to 600 is an easy call on it.
Short term.
You stand on what I'm asking you.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
You stand on that.
100%, bro. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to tell you, hey, you know what, bro, I'm wrong. But so far, like, I haven't been wrong yet on the market, man. I've called most tops and bottoms, and I haven't been wrong. So until I'm wrong, I'm okay being wrong. You know what I mean? I think as a trader and as an investor, you should be okay being wrong. And you should be like, okay, you know what? I was wrong in what my opinion was, and what can I learn from this, right? So I welcome feedback, but I'm pretty confident, as I was confident from the beginning on Solana, even though I hated Solana at around, $10, $20. I was telling people, Solana was going to be the chosen one. And that's just putting all my feelings aside, right? So with that being said, I'm pretty confident Solana will break, $500 plus. I'm not going to tell you by when, because I don't freaking know, but what I could tell you is that by the bull run, when the bull run begins, we could see Solana break past that. And we're not that far away, bro. Think about it. We're like, what, a 4x away from that? And I think short term, like, we could see a possibility of Solana hitting 140 to 150 right now. That's what I believe could happen in the next couple of weeks. So, like, it's not impossible what I'm saying.
Dude, those numbers too, that reflects off of you know, flipping the current market cap of ETH right now. That's not even going off of ETH's last bull run high market cap. That's kind of like being conservative if it indeed flips it. I'm 100% behind it. I think it's got way too much momentum. Or a lot of momentum. It's going forward. We'll see where that goes, but I agree with you 100%.
Solana's like I'm not sure if anybody knows the clothing brand Supreme. It's just hype, bro. Solana just knows how to market very well. They have really cool colors and they're making it more of a lifestyle. And that's what people gravitate towards. Like they're making phones, bro. Like it's, in my opinion, I think it's kind of dumb, but I think it's cool. And if you're a Solana freaking maxi, you're going to buy whatever Solana releases. So if Solana starts really, I think they also have merch, right? They have a Solana freaking clothing store. People are going to buy it, dude. So it's what people like and what people want. And obviously the people, even the, you know, the normies coming in, they like Solana because of how cool it sounds, how it's being marketed, and they're doing a really good job. And that's why I believe Solana is gonna be really freaking big, because it's more of a hype brand, if that makes any sense. If anybody remembers the brands, you know, like Supreme, you know, they were selling bricks and they were going out for like thousands of dollars. I used to be a reseller on clothes like that. So, you know, there's like little things like that where people would just get super hyped about, right? And that's kind of like what I see with Solana. It's like the Gucci of all the blockchains. Like we all know it's probably overpriced. It's probably not the best, but the community behind it is what matters. And at the end of the day, I think that's what matters the most, is what the people want. And the people want Solana and they love Solana. And they're going to do whatever Solana releases, whether it's a phone, whether it's a freaking computer, people are going to buy it. It makes no sense, in my opinion, how a blockchain company goes into selling phones. That's why Apple is Apple, and they only stick to, you know, mostly selling phones and their technology behind iOS. But Solana's a freaking blockchain, bro. So selling phones makes no freaking sense, in my opinion, but they're doing it and people are going to buy it and people are going to love it. And that's what we got to focus on, is what people want, not what we personally believe in, right? Follow big money. And, you know, it's literally in front of our faces, man. They say sometimes the truth is hidden in plain sight. And if you actually go ahead and see what Grayscale is doing, they're heavily invested in freaking Solana, bro. Heavily invested. So that's telling you institutional money and power is behind it. And they're going to go ahead and do whatever it takes to pump their bags and pump their clients' bags. And that's why I believe, in my opinion, it's going to be plus $500 easily, man. No problem. Yeah, but Chad, that's freaking how the community out there at AMC goes. But yeah, definitely go ahead and check us out. Hope you had that little cool rant with us about Solana and all that.
What Apple technically did is they decided to like consolidate, right? Bring every product.
So I'll go ahead and catch all of you onto the next one, chat. I'm going to go ahead and spend some time with the AMC community. So I hope all